right, you guys, welcome to Saltco. I am super pumped that you guys are here. It is awesome to see you guys. I can't see you guys, but you guys can see me. We just got out of Ignition, and we are ready to go. It's going to be an awesome night ahead of us. We have a new series we're kicking off. We're playing new games tonight. Including a throwback to one of the games that I played. I had a computer version of this game. It was on a CD. You guys, we played that game last week, but it was a disc of the Oregon Trail. Did I say it right this time?
Oregon.
Or the Oregon Trail, and it's a survival game, right? So we're gonna play a version of that tonight. We're gonna see how close to Oregon. How close to Oregon we can make it as Saltco. We'll all be playing together, trying to survive the crazy elements. Like I said, we are starting a new series. We also have a guest who's going to pop in and join us tonight. Paul is going to come say hi, and he's actually going to be an advisor for our survival game for Oregon Trail. So, tons of awesome stuff. What you need to do right now is text your peeps. The people, as Missy said in the chat, text your peeps, get them the URL, send them a link if you're on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever you're watching on. Send that link out to your friends. We'll get them here because they don't. I really believe that the sermon series we're kicking off tonight is one that every single person, not just students, every single person needs to hear. We're talking about where is God when the world is crazy. Our sermon series is called Doubt It, and I'm super pumped for these next 4 weeks. So reach out to your people, get them here because they don't want to miss this. It's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead over to our, it's our pregame game, the Gim Kit. Tonight's Gim Kit is Harry Potter themed. So any Harry Potter fans out there, this is your time to shine. All right, this is your time. We are at gimkit.com/play, and the code to get in is 71402. So hop over to GimKit. This GimKit, guys, had over 400 words. 400 words in this game, or not words, questions. 400 questions in this game.
So probably at least over 400 words too.
Hypothetically, there would be more than 400 words in the 400 questions. I don't think you can technically ask a question in one word, can you? I guess you could.
Huh?
Boom! Producer Andrea with the English degree. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yep. Inflection.
Yep, love it. You can play GimKit on your computer or your phone, John. It works really well on your phone. I think Andrea's going to play on her phone tonight. Yes. She said she was super excited to play the Harry Potter GimKit. Do you own all the books?
Yeah, and all the movies.
Yeah, and you've read them all?
Yeah.
How many times have you watched the movies, do you think?
I don't know, a lot.
So, Harry Potter.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 in IMAX when that was still
a
thing.
That's a big experience. IMAX is, it has to be a movie designed for IMAX.
I had to drive to a different town.
Wow. What year was that? 2005?
It had to have been no, it was 2012.
2012.
2011. I was a senior or junior in high school.
Okay. Remember when everyone thought the world was going to end in 2012, guys? LOL. All right. We've got 6 players in the GimKit, 10 people on the YouTubes. So keep texting your friends, get them here. Because we need as many people, the more people that we have in our Oregon Trail wagon train, I feel like that was the worst sentence in history. The more people we have in our train, the better our odds of survival. So, it is 7:05. Let's start this game. You can join late. The code stays at the top, and it's gimkit.com/play. Here we go. We are jumping right into it. The game has started. Also, for those of you that know what the game is, you all just lost it. So, sorry everybody. Julie in an early lead, producer Andrea in second, Harry Boy in third, Dobby in fourth. The lobby is up to $14, so I am, remember last week we had the Ken diss track game kit, and we did that one also in Lightco this last week, and I have bad news, Saltco. Light Company crushed you guys. The cumulative lobby score for Lightco was like 10 times as high as the cumulative one for Lightco. So I think it sounds like Lightco students just know their youth pastor better. I think that's what I'm hearing. You know, as I look at this situation, that's the only reasonable explanation. And it would have nothing to do with the fact that I or producer Andrea played on Wednesday night, right? Couldn't be that.
No.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Julie still with a early lead. Harrison in second. Producer Andrea in third. Tessa joining the game. And then Shanoa, Kella, Ella, Olivia. We've got a squad playing. In the chat, are you guys all hanging out together? The Shanoa, Kelly, Ella, Olivia, are you guys in the same location? You know, Saltco home church, basically. Anybody? Waiting. Do 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 do. That or you're all FaceTiming each other and watching at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's a really cool idea. And if we weren't concerned about like numbers of people, I've had this idea a couple of times. I thought early on, you know, once like social gatherings were okay and we could have 10 people, I was like, what if we had like the swarm teams all get together and whoever could get the most people to their watch party would win a prize or whatever, right? Well, then I was like, well, that's encouraging people to get together and amass, and it didn't work, guys. The logic of it broke down. Let's see, Julie holding on to first. Ella says they are all together. That is awesome, Ella. I love that you guys are hanging out. I hope that you guys get the rest of the yellow team plugged in. You know, it'd be great if, let's see, who else is in that yellow team aside from those four? We're still waiting on like Ellie Mickey. We're waiting on like Nicole Narcissa, Cadence. Where has Cadence been? So anyway, get the whole yellow team on here. That'd be awesome. Orange, I feel like orange team is pretty much all here. Xander, I'm just gonna assume that Xander is Dobby. I feel like that is a name that Xander would give himself. It's either Dobby or my name is what I'm going with for Xander. We've been trying to do stuff with all of us at least once a week. That's great. I love that. And by all of us, is that like the whole yellow team or like your guys' squad? What's that look like? I'm sure it's at least you four because you guys are all hanging out. All right, so Julie in first, producer Andrea in second, Tessa now in third. There are two Tessas in the game. Harrison just jumped back up to third. Dobby, my name, Tessa, Barb rounding out the bottom. That's awesome. All right, we are up to 1,400 in the lobby. Julie is just dominating. Julie, let us know in the chat, how many points do you have? What is the first place marker? How much do you have, real quick? I don't want to break your flow or disrupt the rhythm or, you know, give anyone a chance to catch up, but what's that first place number that Julie's holding on to? Sam has 4. Sam has 4 points. Or are you saying that's how much she has? I'm confused. Anyway, 4 works. Four is a good number, actually. 4 is a round number. It's divisible by 2. Anyway, we're out in La La Land at this point. This game is going to end at 7:15. So if we don't get to the full 500,000, we will end the game at 7:15. So you have that much time to catch Julie. So it looks like we've got a couple people in the waiting room in Zoom, which is where we will play our Oregon Trail game. So if you guys want to get ready for that, you can jump into the waiting room. We'll get you plugged in there, and then when we do Oregon Trail, it's a trivia style game. And if you get your question wrong, you spin the Wheel of Calamity. And basically, as a group, we get 3 strikes if we get 3 questions wrong, and the Wheel of Calamity kills that person. It's like a giant wheel. It's got like typhoid and measles and that kind of stuff on it. Then we lose. And we don't want to lose. We want to win. Because if you ain't first, you're last. A wise person once told me that. Alright, let's see. How are we doing here? We're at 5,834. Harrison has overtaken Julie for first place. Harrison has edged out Julie, who's been in a commanding lead all game long.
I forgot to buy things.
The whole game?
No, just like recently.
That's gonna set you back. I'm sorry. You're in third and you haven't purchased any upgrades.
I've got some.
Yikes. Julie and Harrison are just going back and forth. It is going to be close. We have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes remain.
I just bought a bunch.
Yeah, producer Andrea is now in second. It is Julie, Harrison, Tessa, and producer Andrea going back and forth. Yes, go Ken's girlfriend. That's right. Harrison back to first. Producer Andrea in third. 8,000 as a lobby. Time is ticking. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes remain. This is tense. We've been going back and forth. It's going to come right down to the wire. In the comments, who you guys think is going to win? If you're out of it, you know you're out of it. Who is going to pull this one out?
I just bought another one.
The lobby has 11,000. Producer Andrea all the way down to 5th after buying some upgrades there, but quickly jumps back up. Is it going to be Harrison, or is it going to be Julie, or is it going to be Andrea? Those, I think Tessa could get in there too. We've got 1 minute left, 60 seconds before we end the game. You can stay focused over there. I'll end the game, okay? You keep playing. I got this.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, we have...
Sorry.
No, you're good. We have almost $15,000 in the lobby. There it is, 15,000. It is Harrison and producer Andrea in first and second, then Julie and Tessa. Harrison is hanging on. It's going to be close. I am watching the countdown on my phone. We have 25 seconds. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. Harrison in first. 15 seconds. 15 seconds left before we stop the game. We're at 22,000. Can producer Andrea or Julie catch Harrison? Tessa right there as well. 3, 2, 1. Time is
I just guessed
up.
on a bunch. Oh no! Oh
Sorry.
no!
Sorry for the music. Oh, we've got someone in the lobby. First place, Harrison. Second place is Andrea. Third place is Julie. Nice job. Tessa in. Wow. Harrison ended up with 12,000.
Darn it.
That is a ton. All right, so we are headed over to Zoom. So you guys can head that way. We're going to start letting people into the Zoom room. And as you can see, we are ready to go. So as you come over to Zoom, remember we have got Paul hanging out with us. Can you do like a speaker view or something like that? That'd be great. And there we go. All right, so Paul is here. We're going to have all of our students joining the game. Paul, I'll check in with you in just 1 second. All of our students are jumping in, and we will be playing a survival game, right? Paul, I don't know if you heard on the way in, but we're playing Oregon Trail. So there will be some survival questions, and Paul, you are going to act as like a survival guide. Does that make sense? All right. So Paul is nodding. If a student is like, I have no idea, I want to use one of our 3 as Saltco, we get 3 phone a. Paul, can you unmute yourself? Let me know what your title should be, like master.
Do we know a Will Hart?
Yes.
Obi-Wan, I guess, would work.
Master Obi-Wan. I like it. That's not really the direction I was leaning, but that'll work. That's great. All right, so Paul, before we jump into the game, we'll get the game pulled up here behind me, but before we jump into the game, I just want to check in with you. How are things over at the Hammaker house?
Mostly good. Sherry is still on lockdown. I mean, she's older and she's got a couple of risks, so she has kindly passed off all of her shopping duties, which I think she's enjoying a little bit too much.
So is that you then? You are the one that has to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like it's just, I get a text. This is the grocery list so far for the week. When will you be free to pick them up?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so then just on your way home, your job is to get all the things.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great. Well, what if you like look back at your time, like it's been like 3 months now since we've been quarantined, and you guys have been more like seriously quarantined than I think like I have, for example. Like I have, taken social distancing and all that stuff, but I've been able to go to restaurants and stuff now. But what's one thing that you have learned from this shelter in place, this whole situation?
I don't like it. I'm a very social person. I need people contact. Online has been working, but we take piano lessons online. We do church online. I need some face-to-face time. I need to, be with.
Yeah. So how have you managed to find those ways to socialize with people? What's that looked like for you?
We've got several neighbors we're pretty close to, and we will make sure we're out in the evening sitting on our front porch, and as they go by, we talk to them, and they stop and they say hey, and we catch up as they go by. So we're spending more time on the porch waiting for people to go by. We're like trolling for a conversation.
Yeah, I hear you. I like, my favorite thing is just those random conversations with like the cashier at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
I love that stuff. And now if you talk to a random person at all, it's like drastically frowned upon. Like, that's no, don't talk to me, stay away from me, I don't know you, you might have the corona. So I feel I'm in that same exact space. So if you had one word of encouragement, one thing for our students that you would encourage them with, what would you want to tell them? Also, did Dawn/Rachel get into the perfect? I saw your phone call, Dawn. I was in the middle of all the things. Sorry, I couldn't pick up. So, Paul, what would you say to encourage our students?
It's temporary. Stay connected any way you can. And this is only a season. I mean, it's been 3 months. I've been alive 55 years. It's a season.
Yeah. It'll pass, right? It'll pass. The world might look a little bit different, but it will pass. So hang in there. All right, let's get the Oregon Trail ready to be explored. Uh-oh.
Hide it. We just revealed the answer. How do I fix it?
Push the title screen or the reveal answer. Click that one.
Reset.
There we go. Wow. Okay, so turns out your wagon. What's the answer to this one, everybody? It would be B. So we are going to skip this question, but this is a great example, right? It's a great way to explain the game. So can we switch to a gallery view on Zoom? So,
I'm trying to get our background back, but I think I broke it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Sorry, fam.
So you are, we're going to call on one person who's going to be responsible for answering the question, right? So if I said, John, you're up. We are all in this wagon together. Also, did you get a haircut? You're looking good, sir. John, this is your chance to either help us survive or everyone is at risk of losing a life. All right? So
Really
the question,
quick, Ken.
yes.
I'm freaking out. So I haven't seen Tess in a while. So hi, Tessa. I haven't seen you. Congratulations, graduating from high school. I'm so excited to see your face. And then John Green, I don't normally see your face, so it's fantastic to see your face. Congratulations on graduating, yay you. And then look at my group of girls sitting on the trampoline. Oh, I'm so happy to see all of your faces. Okay, I'm done.
That's great, Missy. No, thanks for that. That was fun. All right, so
I'm going back to the top of the question. Is that okay?
but I'm going to use this one as an example because
Okay.
we have the answer already. So the question for John hypothetically would have been: turns out your wagon doesn't have a stick shift. You fly over the cliff into the water below. How do you survive? A, cannonball. B, go feet first. C, swan dive. Or D, belly flop. John, what would be a hypothetical answer there? Is that a B? He's saying B. Perfect.
God, I can unmute myself. Yes, the second letter.
So
Okay.
he would say B. He would get it correct. Nice job. But let's say he said you should do a belly flop. Incorrect answer. Then he will have to spin the Wheel of Calamity. Now, the Wheel of Calamity determines the fate of the group. So we would give this wheel a hypothetical spin. A hypothetical
Oh.
spin.
You want a real spin if you're hypothetical spin.
Yeah, that was confusing. That's my fault. So John would have gotten typhoid and died. So then we would go from 3 strikes down to 2 strikes. Now, the reason that Paul is here is he is here to guide us and help us, right? Paul, I think so you're going to have 3 opportunities as a group to phone a friend or phone Master Obi-Wan, as we're calling him. And Paul will be able to give you insight on how to survive said situation. Any questions? All right, here we go. We're going to start from the top. And our first question is going to go to the person that raises their hand in Zoom the fastest. No one is raising their hand. There it is. Missy is up first. Missy going first. I think it was Missy, right? I see John's hand there too. It wasn't John, right?
Right.
All right. So I thought I saw it right. So Missy, you are up first. Go ahead, unmute yourself. We're going back to the top. Our next question is, this is a good one. This is a nice warm-up question. You have found yourself in quicksand. You knew this day would come. How do you escape? A, holler for help. B, float on your back until help can pull you to safety. C, swim down to the bottom and walk back up. Or D, explain to the sand how the earth is flat ad nauseum.
So good. I mean, just first of all, I like the word holler, because how often do we use that word, holler? Holla. I mean, that's more like it, right? Sorry.
No, I think, so A is your answer. Missy is going with A.
You don't float on your back when you go in quicksand? That's not quicksand.
What are you, what's your answer?
I'm gonna pick A.
Missy is picking A. The correct answer is actually B. Float on your back until help can pull you to safety. The goal here,
on your back in quicksand.
the goal here is to spread out your weight as much as possible so that you sink. There's more surface tension. This is science right here. I knew the science behind this. So if there's more surface tension, you'll sink slower.
There we go. Okay, but I'm just saying, the way I got into quicksand is I stepped into quicksand. So my feet are going down. I'm not.
The answer is the answer. We got to spin the wheel of calamity.
Yeah.
Let's find out what happens to Missy.
Okay, let's go. $1 million.
The wheel is spinning, and you found some food. You're safe. Nice. Wow, we avoided. So John got typhoid and died, and Missy found some extra food, and she's fine. So that's just
We're
how
all
the cookie
safe.
crumbles. Yep.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Next question is also going to the first person to raise their hand in Zoom. The screen went away. Perfect. There we go. First person to raise their hand in Zoom. John's hand is already up. Who we got? Is it John?
I had a quick.
You told me not to look at the screen.
Oh no. So I think.
It's either John or Barb.
All right. Let's go with Barb because John answered a hypothetical question. Then we'll give John next round. All right. Here we go. Barb is up. Our next question is: you just got bitten by a poisonous snake. How do you survive? A. Use a knife to scrape the infected area. B. Suck the poison out. C. Clean the wound and wrap a bandage above the wound. Or D. Explain how snakes are venomous and not poisonous. And
Okay.
Remember, you can phone a friend.
Okay. You know what? Like, I'm stuck in between A, B, and C. Obviously, D would not be the correct way to go about it.
You might be
but-
surprised. The yeah.
I think I might want to phone a friend.
All right. So we only have 2 phone a friends left. Paul, what is your input on this particular question?
I'm actually leaning towards C because most venomous bites they don't usually put venom in you on the first shot. Sucking it out's a bad idea because if it is indeed there, you're still taking it in your body. Using a knife will increase the chance of infection and having it spread. So the best thing to do, which I don't see, is let it bleed. Get it to bleed as much as you can, and then clean it, and then bandage it.
All right, now let's just see that.
All right, Barb is going with C. Was that good advice, bad advice? It was good advice. Nice job, Barb. Well done. Paul, excellent insight. That's why he's here, friends. Nice job. All right, we're going over to John. John, it is your turn. You've had your hand up the last 2 rounds. Your question is, you hear thunder in the distance. How do you avoid being struck by lightning? A, crouch down with your head low and hands on the ground. B, find the nearest tree. C, remove all metallic objects and run. Or D, attempt to lift Mjolnir in defiance of the tempest.
What's that?
I honestly just raised my hand because I didn't know if I was dead or not, if I could still participate.
Oh, you are currently still participating.
Okay, cool. So, thinking about it logically, I read somewhere that if you want to avoid getting struck by lightning, you have to stand bent over so that it hits your butt and travels down your legs into the ground, avoiding all of your organs. That's not an option.
I think.
So I'm going to pick the closest one. Is that crouch down with your head low?
Yes, head
And
low
hands on
and
the-
hands on the ground.
Yeah. Your hands shouldn't be on the ground, though, because then they'll travel up your torso and throughout your hands, I think.
Science. Yes, I
Trees burn. Remove metallic objects and run. Running won't do you good. I'm gonna just say A. I guess it's the closest to the actual answer.
All
I
right.
think.
John is going with A, and that was the correct answer. Well done, sir. John stays alive. We've done 3 questions. After question 5, we start doing Double Jeopardy, where more people will play, and we can lose more lives all at once. So, we are going to go to the first person that raises their hand, or the last person to raise their hand.
Missy, Harrison, Tessa, in that order.
We're going to go with Tessa because she was the last person to raise her hand. Oh, no, we're going over to Bar. Oh, just kidding. We're going to stay with Tessa. We're staying with Tessa. Bar is like, no, don't. All right. Tessa, hello, first of all. It's good to see you. Welcome to the Oregon Trail. Your question is, a mountain lion just wandered into camp. How do you survive? A, spread out your arms and look as big as you can. B, lie still and be quiet. C, climb the nearest tree. Or D, kick the slowest person in the group in the shin and run.
I would say B.
B. Final answer, lie still and be quiet. What are we looking at? A is the correct answer. Spread out your arms and look as big as you can. We have to spin the wheel of calamity, unfortunately, Tessa. So let's find out what happens. Here we go. Spinning the wheel. Tessa. Wow. That was so close. Like, look. Is that on the line?
Yeah, but it got food.
I think we need to spin it again because it's landed on the line. Just as like for the sake of clarity. Oh boy, this is the one.
This is the one, Tessa.
All right, so Tessa, you're gonna have to. I didn't explain this because it's never happened before. It's super rare. There is a third game mode. What you need to do is take a picture with your phone, if you're able to. Is that possible?
She's on her phone.
You're on your phone
We'll stop
currently.
it for her when she says stop.
All right, when you say stop, we will stop it. You're trying to get either a duck or a, what are the 4 options? Guys, I wasn't ready for this. This has never happened before. The 4 options are a duck,
A bowl.
a bull,
A bird.
a
You
bird,
already said that. It's a bull, a buffalo, a duck, or a badge. It's a star badge.
oh, this is confusing.
What is she trying to get?
You're trying to get either the star or the duck. If you get the other 2, you get run over and die.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
you have a 50-50 chance. We're gonna start spinning it,
I just say stop.
and you
or-
say stop, and then we'll stop it and see what happens to you.
Okay, cool.
So if you press start,
It says spin. Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
there we go. Star or duck?
Stop.
Unfortunately, you have been run over by a bull, Tessa, and you will not be making it to Oregon. We are down to 2 lives remaining. Let's switch back to the other quiz. That was a lot. Someone was in the waiting room. I saw Julianne was in the waiting room.
She's not here.
She must have
anymore.
left. That's so sad.
Sorry.
All right, here we go. Let's go to Rachel. Rachel, are you ready? Can you unmute yourself, Rachel? There we go. Yes. All right, Rachel. We have our guide who's able to help, but also our next question, you decide the fate of the group. We have 2 lives left. Now a bear is in your camp. What should you do? A, spread out your arms and look as big as you can. B, lie still and be quiet. C, climb a tree. Or D, kick another person and run. What do you think we should do, Rachel?
Lie still and be quiet.
Lie still and be quiet. Tons of confidence there. Let's see what we got. That is correct. Nice job, Rachel. Well done. We get to survive. we are moving on to the next round. Now, that was question 5, right? I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
That was question 5. The odds of us eliminating everyone else in our group just went way up. So there are 2 lives at stake and 2 people playing at the same time. And we only have 2 lives left. So if we get a single question wrong and spin the Wheel of Calamity and lose, the game is over and we don't make it. We are going to Shanoa, Kelly, Ella, and Olivia with the entire group on the line. Here we go. You guys can decide as a group. This is great. All right, love it. Here we go. Your question. Well, let's say, hypothetical situation. Your wife just delivered a baby in the woods. How should you keep the baby alive? Congrats, by the way. A, run and find the nearest doctor. B, cut the cord and slap it on the back. C, dry it off, keep it warm, and tie a string around the umbilical cord.
Ew.
Or D, when your wife says, I'm in pain, say, hi, in pain, I'm dad.
I think we need
I think it's C.
confirm.
I don't even know what the question
Okay,
is.
ready?
Oh, they're conferring. This is great. Now remember, if you get this wrong, the entire group loses the game. So there's no pressure. 2 lives on the line.
And you give birth to a baby, and you're
How
the
do you cut the
husband.
umbilical?
Like,
No,
what do
how
you
do
do?
you keep it alive?
You
How
wrap
do you keep
it, and you put it warm. You string, so it's C, right?
Okay,
It's
just
C.
say that.
It's C. It's C.
Don't want to consult the survival expert, Master Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, Paul, any insight on this question? Have you ever delivered a baby in extreme circumstances?
My wife has. She was a labor and delivery nurse.
Oh my goodness, what should you do?
C.
C, they were right on the right track. What do we got? Dry it off, keep it warm, tie a string around the umbilical cord. Nice job, you guys. That is the correct answer. We are still alive. Well done. We have 1 phone a friend left. That was the correct answer. We need to go to 2 people that have not played yet. That would be Harrison and Julie. Is Julie with us? I think Julie's with us. There she is. Yes. Okay. I thought she was gone for a second. She's just taking a nap. I love it. So you guys have the entire fate of the group in your hands. We are on question 7 now, I think. You cracked a dad joke too soon and your wife has stabbed you. How should you treat this wound that you deserved? A, pull the knife out and clean the wound. B, apply pressure, elevate the wound, and dress it. C, use moss to cover the wound. Or D, add a second knife to make it easier to remove the first knife. 2 lives on the line. If you get this question wrong, we do not make it to Oregon. What do you think?
We're together.
Well, I know you're not supposed to pull a knife out.
Yeah, I know.
Yours.
I
Okay.
say B.
Yeah, B.
B, unanimous? B, apply pressure. That is correct. We are hanging on by a thread. Nice job, guys. Well done. All right. For our next question, I think we're just going to go back to whoever raises their hand first. The first 2 people to raise their hand in Zoom will get back on the game. Anybody? You have to raise your hand.
I've lost my.
No one wants to play. Harrison is in. And Missy.
Missy.
So the Brociouses got there first. Missy is pumped. Harrison is pumped. I love it. All right. Are we ready to go to the next question? Looks like
Go.
an avalanche has snowed you in.
Oh, an avalanche. Just like quicksand!
Missy is prepared. And your hand has frostbite. Not good.
Oh.
Remember that time that I had frostbite at Saltco?
Yes, I do.
Wow, what a time. How should you treat it? A, rub some warmth back into it. B, put your wound near a fire.
Well, how about in the
C,
fire?
put the wound in warm water. D, make a helpful list of which person you will eat first. What?
Okay, well, wouldn't the warm water, like, can't that mess with your blood or something? So, I'm feeling like it's A, but I don't know.
You're in the middle of an avalanche. Where are you going to get the warm water?
We consult Paul. Maybe we should consult Paul. He just shook his head when I said A, so.
Well, okay. How are you
Paul, that was an unofficial consultation.
Sorry.
How are you going to rub warmth into it? Aren't all of you cold?
I think
have so
that
many questions.
your hand maybe like
Friction.
rested without a glove on a snowball perhaps for a long period of time.
Yes.
And that's how just your hand, you were like about to throw this snowball and decided to hold on to it and just kept it there. And then everyone was really concerned because you had frostbite.
I mean, the right answer is you put your hand in the fire, but that's not an option.
Yeah.
Am I being
How about,
consulted?
why
or no?
don't I get the choice? I can't kick someone in the shin. I like that choice.
Well,
Sorry.
I can
Okay.
add E if you want me to.
Harrison, is it A or C?
I don't know.
Am I being consulted or no?
Yes, we have used our
yes.
last consultation. So Paul, what's your input?
It is actually C. You're going to want to use warm water, not hot water. If you rub a frostbite hand, you're going to do more damage to the skin. You also don't have a lot of nerve sensation. So putting it near a fire, you won't know whether or not you burn it.
Oh my goodness.
So the answer is C. It's warm water.
I'm so glad Paul is here. Thanks for
Not
saving
hot
me.
water, warm water.
Yeah, not hot.
All right. What do we got? It is C. Paul, 3 for 3.
That's a good point, though, Missy. Like, where are you getting this warm water at?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I
Maybe
don't
it's
know.
Like,
Yeah.
it's been buried in your wagon under things, insulated somehow.
Yeah. But this is the Oregon Trail, so yeah, it's not the best question. All right. Nice job, though. Excellent.
Although, if you don't have any warm water, you would take your hands and put it in put
In
it
your
under
armpit.
your armpit, put it between your legs, someplace else that's warm, and it helps.
Good to know. We are all prepared to survive. All right. We have how many more questions? 2 more questions, I think.
One plus the random one I found on the internet that I added.
Oh, maybe we'll just see if we need it or not. We've got one more question, and I have not proofed that last question. So, actually, when we played this on Wednesday, this was a bad question. We're gonna go.
Should still see what it,
All right, I'm not removing any stakes. We can still lose. This is just a poorly worded question, friends. So, we need to go with a everybody consultation for this last question. Everyone is able to voice their opinion. Your wagon is heading straight for a cliff. How do you pull off a sweet 180 to avoid careening off the edge? A, put it in neutral, pull the e-brake, turn sharp, put it in drive. B, put it in reverse, brake, and turn sharp. C, move all the cargo to one side and turn the opposite way. I can't, yeah. D, hit the NOS switch and yell, "I'm the Drift King." What do you guys think? We are out of consultations. We need to figure out this question that is my least favorite question of the entire thing, but we got this. I believe in it.
All right. Well, I played a lot of Need for Speed in my day, and I'm feeling like it's A.
Neutral, e-brake, turn, put it back in drive. You have not ever attempted that maneuver in the real world, right?
I've attempted it to avoid cops
My goodness.
in the game, but never in real life.
I appreciate the clarification. Yes, okay, that was good. Somebody else, what do you think? We've got A as an option so far. Anybody else?
What is
Well-
the NOS switch?
Oh boy.
That's like it boosts you, and then you go. Pew.
It's nitrous oxide. It makes your engine super powerful.
Where do I get one of those?
At the NOS store.
Yeah, exactly. Shanoa, Kelly, Ella, Olivia, what do you guys think? Kelly's face when I started calling you guys out, she's just gone. She said, nope.
John has raised his hand.
John, let's go to John and then come back to Shanoa, it takes forever to say all of your guys' name. John.
All right. So realistically, A, put it in neutral, pull the E brake. If we're going to the Oregon Trail on a wagon, I doubt it would have an E brake.
You have highlighted the awfulness of this question, John.
Okay, and then put it in reverse brake and turn sharp.
No.
I don't know. I didn't drive like that.
No.
Move all the cargo. You probably wouldn't have time to do that. And if you move all the cargo to the right, to the left, wouldn't that like cancel it out and do nothing?
I don't know.
And D isn't right. I feel like every question has a joke answer. So it's either none of these. The answer is E.
Yeah. I like that answer, John.
Just
All right,
accept
Shanoa,
that.
Kelly, Ella, Olivia, what do you guys think?
I can't. How do you? Ken, can you move a little bit, please? Thank you. What's that? 80, 180. What is that? Dude, we're coming off crazy. Put it in neutral. We're in the pull off the.
I feel like they're reading the question for the first time. Are you guys reading the question for the first time just now?
What? No, we're not refreshing.
Oh, okay.
I just sometimes I forget things. So.
Same.
Put it in reverse brake and move all the cargo. Hit the note. What is that? Okay. I think
Same.
What'd they say?
C.
You guys are saying C?
no B.
Oh, B. So we have A's, B's, and
Move all the cargo. What is that?
so far we have A's and B's.
Wait,
we're-
no, you can't. You can't put it in reverse on a wagon. No, you can't. Why would a wagon have a reverse button? We're not on mute anymore.
All right, we're going to solve this democratically. If you want to vote for A, I need your physical hand to be raised in the air. If you're voting A, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are voting B, I need your hand in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, good stuff. If you're voting C, I need your hand in the air. 1. And if you're voting D, I need you. Oh, 2 for C. And D, hand in the air. All right.
We're
So
gonna die.
we have a tie for A and B. I don't know how to resolve this tie, guys.
Ask Paul. Paul gets to vote.
Paul, cast your vote for either A or B.
A.
A. Paul votes A, giving us 5-4. Let's see what the answer is. It is, in fact, A. We survive. I think we play the bonus round. Bonus round, we've got time. We have one more question. Why should you melt snow or ice before drinking it?
Because you
Oh,
can't
great,
drink it if it's
Mom.
not melted.
Why should you melt snow or ice before drinking it? A. To avoid dehydration. B. To avoid eating a snowman. C. Great edit right there at the end. That was great.
Thanks.
C. To avoid brain freeze. Or D. To avoid cutting your mouth on sharp ice. I'm so confused. All right, here's how we're answering this question. It's going to be an all group again, everybody. What do you think it's going to be? I need to hear some suggestions. All of these seem pretty reasonable because I don't like brain freeze. I don't want to eat a snowman. Do you want to eat a snowman? No, I thought that was good. You don't want to be dehydrated, and I don't want to cut my mouth on sharp ice. So somebody help me out here. All of those seem pretty reasonable. Tessa, what do you think?
I don't know. Maybe A. I don't know how it could like snow or ice could dehydrate you, but that sounds like the best answer. So I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like the most scientific answer, right?
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that. Barb, what about you? What do you think?
I'm thinking
C, because I don't like brain freeze. So
Yeah.
if it's maybe a little not as cold,
Okay.
that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
Julie, what about you? As she went to drink some melted snow and ice.
Pretty sure it's A.
Going with A. Anyone else have a feeling it is anything other than A or C? All right, let's vote on A or C. Oh wait, the girls are Okay, the girls are saying B. B. The girls are saying B to avoid eating a snowman. Yeah, it looks like it's definitely an affirmative there. So we've got. I was just messing with you guys. That was great. All right. So if you want A, raise your hand and we'll vote for A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The A's have it. Let's see our answer. It is A. Friends, we have made it all the way on the Oregon Trail. Nice job. Give yourselves a round of applause. We survived. That was really something. Well done, friends. Paul, your guidance was exceptional. And it's always great to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make some noise, and then we are headed back over to YouTube, where we're going to kick off this new sermon series. So I'll catch you guys over there.
Paul. Thanks, Paul.
No worries, guys. I'll see y'all soon.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So we are kicking off a new sermon series this week called Doubt It. And in Doubt It, we're going to talk about where is God when the world is crazy, when everything seems to be out of control and we don't know what's going on. So we're going to take a look at several passages that help us understand where God is when we can't see him, when we don't know where he is or what he's doing. And I think that in the world that we're in right now, I am getting tons of questions on tons of different things all the time. But I am getting questions from students almost every week about where is God, or I have these doubts or these questions, or I'm confused about this. Where is God when the world is going crazy? So that's what we're going to talk about. I am super excited for this series because this is some of the most important stuff that we'll talk about all year. So, to kick things off, I want to talk about sometime when you were like maybe ignored or neglected or didn't get your full input on a situation, right? So one of the main questions that I'm seeing some quietness. So I'm going to talk louder. Is that okay? And also maybe move this over here. Maybe it's grabbing it from there. Anyway, apologies, friends. And turn that off. Bear with me. Thanks, guys. Let me know if that's better or if it's worse. I'm just going to keep talking. Okay, cool. So I have this nickname. My nickname with my family is the president of lousy planning. And we don't need to talk about how I got that nickname. Let's just say there were a couple of instances right in a row where I made plans or suggested we do things and then it all just kind of fell apart, right? Like the store was closed, or maybe the place I was going to take my brother for his bachelor party was closed, or like this place wasn't open on the day that we came to town. You know, stuff like just little things, not huge deal. But now I have this tag that has been associated with me, and I am my nickname is the Pulp, P-O-L-P, the president of lousy planning. And so there have been numerous times where I have been like, hey guys, here's what I want to do. We could go, I don't know, mini golfing, or go out to a movie or whatever. And it's always greeted with, okay, pulp. And it is the most annoying thing ever, because I have great plans. I'm not, we go to Swarm and the Hill and Generate in Puerto Rico and all this stuff. Like, I can make plans, right? But my family remembers that there is this part of me that wasn't always the case. So sometimes, not all the time, they will discount that experience because of what they've experienced in the past, and it has informed how they treated me on a couple of those occasions. Now, as we head into this series, these things that we experience in our lives and how we interact with God, we carry those with us, right? We remember those experiences, and we remember what God did. And we always echo back to those mountaintop moments, right? We remember going to Generate and to Swarm and the Hill, right? We have all these awesome experiences, and God feels so tangible. So then, when we go through times, maybe like right now, and we feel like the world is spinning out of control, or that God maybe isn't listening or doesn't care about what's going on, we get left asking the question, why? Now here's what I need you guys to do. I'm going to do like a rapid fire set of questions. We're going to do a poll, okay? We're doing a poll on why does it matter to God and to us, these things that we care about? Should we be asking God about them? Does God care about them? All right, so in the YouTube comments, I need you to respond either never, sometimes, or always. So let's make it simple. You can respond N, S, or A. One letter, super fast, each question. Here we go. All right, taking a poll. Is it never, always, or sometimes acceptable for you to pray about a big test coming up? So is it okay to doubt God will help you study well and get through it? Never, sometimes, or always. There is a 10-second delay. So let's see, N, S, or A. Never okay, sometimes okay, or always okay. That God would help you study well and get through this big test. Sometimes, never. John with a never, all right. Anybody else? There's 12 people online, and we only got 3 voting responses, so. Tessa's confused. Tessa, comment in YouTube if you think it is never okay, sometimes okay, or always okay, and then this series of statements. So the first one was, is it always, sometimes, or never okay when you pray about a big test coming up? Is it okay to doubt God will help you study well and get through it? It's never okay to doubt, is what I'm saying. I'm going to move on to the next question. Here we go. You have a big test coming up. You haven't studied, but you ask God to give you the right answers anyway. Is it okay to doubt God will make you smarter overnight? Never, sometimes, or always. N, S, or A. We got lots of N's. I think that was for the last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about in this series, Julie, is everyone has doubts. It is a completely natural thing. Like, God didn't wire us to be completely and always ready to be 100% committed and never have any doubts. He asks us to choose Him, and part of that choice is this: we can do one or the other. We can choose faith or we can choose doubt, right? Doesn't mean that we're absent of doubt. That's what we're going to unpack in this series. John and Julie both said God doesn't work like that. God won't bail you out. Let's do a couple more. Now, these are going to get a little more serious, right? You've had a crush on someone for over a year. You pray that they'll fall in love with you in time for the school dance. Is it okay to doubt God will come through as your wingman? You got to put in the work for God to help. What do we think? Is it okay to doubt that God's going to come through as your wingman? Never, sometimes, always.
Or yes or no.
Or yes or no. You can also just do yes or no. That works too. Anybody? Nobody. All right, one more. One more question. S.
John's holding out hope.
There we go, John. God won't take away free will. Oh, there we go. Lots of them. But they may already like you. So once again, God doesn't just cater to you like that. I like that answer, Julie. And Tessa, I don't think God wants to doubt him in any case. Another great answer. See, and then Barb said sometimes. Last one. You hear or see something tragic happening in the world. You ask God if he will fix the problem. Is it okay to doubt that God will intervene? Always, sometimes, or never. What do you think? We see this is the one that's right in front of us, right? The world is divided and broken. Not only is there the coronavirus, we've had so many things happen this year. There were fires in Australia, and we've had so much stuff happen, and now we've got this civil unrest. Is it okay to doubt that God will intervene? And that's where we're going to spend our time talking tonight, because some of those scenarios were kind of lighthearted and didn't have a lot at stake. But what about when there is heavy, heavy stuff going on? What does it look like to have doubt when the world points only towards darkness and division and pain? That's where we're spending our time tonight. So if you have ever had a question or doubt about God, know this, you are not the first. Today we're going to look at two examples of people doubting or questioning God and see what we can learn from them. And they're really actually gut-wrenching, these accounts. The book of Psalms, right, it's an ancient book that the people of Israel and Christians today use to worship God. They are songs to God. You see so many references in there to like harps and lyres and lutes because they were actual songs that they would sing or poems that they would read. But some of them, most of them, many of them are about praise, about adoration, about God doing miracles and being present in his love for us. But there are several in there that have a very different tune. And I'm going to read a couple parts from Psalm chapter 88. So if you have your Bible, you can flip there. Psalm is smack dab in the middle of your Bible. And chapter 88, the writer opens and says, Lord, you're the God who saves me. Day and night I cry out to you. My prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. And that's kind of like a setting the stage, right? He's like, here, listen. The rest of this is going to be very different, but I need you to know that I love you, I serve you, but here's what's going on. He says, I am overwhelmed with troubles, and my life draws near to death. I am counted among those who go down to the pit. I am like one without strength. I am set apart with the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, who are cut off from your care. You have put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depths. Your wrath lies heavily on me. You have overwhelmed me with all your waves. You have taken from me my closest friends and have made me repulsive to them. I am confined and cannot escape. My eyes are dim with grief. I just want to stop right there because this is our world today. This is the brokenness and the pain that we see all around us. We have all been isolated and set apart from all of our friends, all of the people in our communities, right? And we're just now starting to get back out. And then this violence just explodes in our streets, and there are protests and civil unrest, amazing things happening, and really disheartening and painful things happening. We talked about that last week. Kevin has preached 2 amazing sermons on that. Go listen to them on our website. But there is so much pain and heartbreak in the world today. And then he goes on. He says, I call to you, Lord, every day. I spread out my hands to you. Do you show your wonders to the dead? Do their spirits rise up and praise you? Is your love declared in the grave, your faithfulness in destruction? Are your wonders known in the places of darkness, or your righteous deeds in the land of oblivion? But I cry to you for help, Lord. In the morning my prayer comes before you. So why, Lord, do you reject me and hide your face from me? Do you see the angst, the pain that the person writing this song is going through? They are completely broken. They have no hope left. All around them, they are onset. And so when we think about the doubts that we have, this is a psalm that honestly ministers to me. Because I know that just like God says and promises that he won't ever abandon us, even when this is the space that we're coming from, where his attitude towards God is pain and brokenness and where are you, God still loves us. He is still here with us. Even when we can't feel it, we don't see it, and the whole world around us is falling apart. This is raw, right? The writer here, the honesty is raw. The psalmist is wondering if God is even going to show up, wondering if he's going to show up and heal racism, wondering if he's going to show up and heal the brokenness in our school system and our justice system, if he's going to show up and heal the systemic inequality in our country, right? Wondering if God even cares. That's where he's coming from. That's the heart behind this author. This must have been like the hardest thing to write, but anyone else can find like comfort in it because someone else has been in the same space as us. It ends, the psalmist is alone and everything feels dark. But here's what I need you to know, that God allows us to express our pain honestly, openly, and publicly. Sometimes life is painful. Life is unfair. It's overwhelming. So it makes sense that we might sometimes wonder or even doubt if God will ever come through. The psalmist reveals it's okay to be raw and honest. God can handle our anger, our disappointment, our frustration, and even our doubt. God isn't offended by those things, and he's not scared off by those things. He knows what it was like to be human. Jesus came and he wept with people. He was broken with people. He wept over Lazarus at the grave because of the people all around him. He has seen brokenness and oppression. He has been there with us. He even on the cross, the next passage we're going to talk about, in Psalm 22, quotes this next psalm. I'm going to turn there. It's Psalm chapter 22, and you'll remember this from the accounts in the gospel, right? In Matthew chapter 27, Jesus dying on the cross goes and quotes Psalm 22. He says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? My God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer, by night, and I find no rest. And he goes on, he says, you are enthroned as the Holy One. You are the one Israel praises. Our ancestors trust in you. They have trusted in you, and you delivered them. To you they cried out and were saved. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by everyone, despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. He trusts in the Lord, they said. Let the Lord rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. This is the psalm that Jesus quotes as he is being executed on the cross. And this phrase, Jesus dying on the cross, suffering for our sake, he cried out those same words. Even Jesus, in his moment of suffering, used the Psalms to express his pain as well as his hope. Even though this psalmist begins by asking why God has abandoned him, it becomes more hopeful as it moves into the end. Sorry guys, I got my notes mixed up. So in both of these psalms, we can see that doubts and questions take many forms, right? Anger, pain, heartbreak, crying out to the Lord. Psalm 88, the psalmist seems to blame God for their painful situation. Their cries to God are dark and hopeless. And in Psalm 22, while the psalmist is still feeling abandoned, there is hope. Despite their pain, they still trust in God's faithfulness. Isn't that reassuring? That our journeys with God, even our questions and doubts, don't all have to follow a specific formula. God doesn't expect us to exist on that mountaintop, right? When we're at Swarm or Generate and we're on fire and so close to God, he doesn't expect that that's how all of our life will be. He knows there's going to be pain, there's going to be brokenness because he experienced it. Sometimes we doubt or question God because we're in pain. Sometimes it's because we just need to vent or think or work through things, right? Sometimes it's because we're asking hard questions and really trying to find the answers. But here's my big point tonight. And I don't know what doubts or questions you have right now or what you'll have in the future, but I hope you'll remember this. Just like the psalmist, like everyone who has ever followed God, and even like Jesus, you are not alone. You are not alone in your questions, doubts, pain, or frustration. You are not alone. When we think that we're alone in our questions and our doubts, it's easy to lose hope. We feel isolated, like we're the only one, like we're not good enough. But when we understand that I have had doubts, that producer Andrea has had doubts and questions, that every single Christ follower has gone through seasons in their life where they have experienced pain and brokenness and had questions and doubts, and sometimes those questions don't ever get answered until we get to heaven. Having doubts and questions don't mean that you don't have faith. Asking questions like why is part of how God created us. But if we ever want to move past our questions to say, and yet, like the psalmist, to say, and yet to our doubts, then we need to start admitting that they exist. So remember those conversations with my family where it impacted part of my relationship with them. There are things that happen in our lives that impact the way we look at God, the way that we interpret the world going on around us, where we see pain. It changes how we see what's going on. But when you ask help, when you ask for God's help on that big test or important challenge, but you still fail, right? You might wonder why God didn't come through, or with that crush, right? You might wonder if they end up with somebody else. You might wonder if God is really listening at all. And when your family experiences a crisis that God doesn't fix, you might wonder if God really is as good or as kind as they say. And when you don't get the college acceptance letter or scholarship you prayed for, right? You might ask if God really will take care of you, or if maybe you feel like you're on your own. And when you're in a dangerous situation and God doesn't rescue you, or you mess up big time and people hurt you, or you're overwhelmed by something tragic happening in the world, you might think either God isn't all powerful and a miracle worker that I thought he was, or God just doesn't care. I don't know how doubt or questions will show up in your life, but I know that they will, because they have in mine. And when they do, I hope you remember this, that you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not the only one who has ever had doubts or questions. Even Jesus on the cross said, my God, why have you forsaken me? And you're not alone, because in the midst of everything, God does remain faithful to you. God never leaves your side. When you know you're not alone, you can begin to find hope in the midst of even your biggest questions and doubts. So I'll say it again. You are not alone in your questions. And that's where that leaves us, right? With these questions and wondering what's going on in the world around us. And just like Kevin's message today, and what I've seen all throughout our communities, as we see all of this brokenness and pain in the world, right? God calls us to engage with it, to engage with our doubts and our questions, and to take steps towards hope and towards love for the people around us. And so what we're going to do here, I want to bring Barb, if you can hop into Zoom. I want to share a situation that is just like this, where there is pain and there is brokenness. And what does it look like? How can we start to take steps towards the gospel in the midst of that? And so, Barb, if you can head over to Zoom, I'd love to get you in there and we'll talk about what's been happening with your friend. But I'll go ahead and close in prayer while she's heading over there. But hang out for just a second as we start to get wrapped up. Lord, thank you for being with us in the doubts and the wonderings and the pain in our world. Thank you for just your patience with us and your faithfulness to us. We love you, and I just pray that you would draw close to us in all the pain and brokenness in the world, that you would just be with us. We love you, and in Jesus' name, amen. All right, if you can switch us over to Zoom again. I got to fix our camera because I had to turn the mic. So we are back over here. Awesome, there we go. I think we're ready to go. So, Barb, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it.
You're on mute.
I'm muted. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Got it figured out. Tell me what's going on with your friend.
So one of my good friends, his name's Joey. He this week just found out he has brain cancer. He was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's just a lot for his family right now, and so they're just going through a lot on top of everything else. So yeah.
Yeah. So Barb, you reached out to me earlier this week, and then we just talked today. So talk to me about why, what do you want to do? Let's start there, and then I'll ask you another question after that. What do you want to do?
Basically what I want to do is I just want Joey to know that there are people that love him and that God loves him through this hard time, because finding out that you have brain cancer on top of everything that's been happening right now is just awful. And I just want him to know that people love him. I just want to ask if people would write some nice letters for him and just reassurance that he's not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is just a great picture of what we're talking about. You know, that even in the midst of this horrible situation where he finds out he has brain cancer, how do we, as Christ followers, love the people around us when they're going through hard times? And so what we're going to do as SaltCo, a couple weeks ago we did the Pruitt Care Package. Your friend's name is Joey, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make a Joey Care Package. I'm going to help Barb record a video, and we'll send all of that along with letters that you guys need to write. You can drop them off here at church like we did for the Pruitts, and snacks. We're doing exactly the same thing. And we just want to shower Joey and his family with love and let them know that we see them. And in the midst of brokenness and questions and so much uncertainty, that there are people, just like Barb said, that love them and that care about them. And so that's my ask to you guys. I need to know in the chat, just give me a high five or a hands up or a yes. Let me know that you'll write an encouraging letter to Joey, or make cookies again, or brownies, or whatever. It might be helpful, Barb, if you would just share real quick how you met Joey, how long you guys have been friends, just a little bit of details about his life.
So I know Joey a really long time. He was a neighbor down the street. Our parents became good friends, and then he has a brother, so the three of us, we became really good friends. And I'd say we started knowing each other before preschool, probably. But yeah, he's just such a loving kid. He's so nice. I actually just got pictures from him in the hospital today, and he's smiling at everyone. He has a big old smile on his face, and he's hanging in there. And yeah, he's just so kind, and I just want him to feel loved. But yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Barb, for sharing that. We'll get, looks like we've got some comments coming in. A handmade card would totally be okay. Super down. John said, I'm going to see what I can do, but I'm in. I love it, guys. That's awesome. I'm just, the last couple weeks when we did the care package for the Pruitts, and then this stuff, I just love your guys' generosity and your willingness to give back. So we need those by next Sunday. So you can drop them off at church either on Wednesday night or Sunday night before Saltco. So run over and say hi, drop off cards, snacks, and we'll put together a care package for Joey and his family, because you guys are making it happen. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, we are actually 8 minutes ahead of schedule tonight, friends. So let's see. For 8 minutes, we're not going to end early. That's just not acceptable. Hop back into Zoom, friends. We're going to play some Family Feud. Do you think you can?
Give me a second.
Yeah, it'll take a second to get there, but you got to get into the Zoom call anyway. So the way that Family Feud works is it is guys versus girls. We are playing breakfast-themed Family Feud, and you just need to be in the Zoom call. We need more than me and Barb. So, Barb, you would totally go down because I know all the answers. There we go.
I got the Family Feud.
Love it. We're ready to go. Breakfast behind me. Tessa is there. Julie's on her way in. We've got 7 people. Wow, lots of people in the waiting room. Love it. It says 7 people, but I only see 3. Tessa is there. Julie's on her way in.
Oh no, we got some
feedback.
Because I hid non-video participants, so
oh, that's
good.
good.
A second for it to get there.
Cool. Love it. That's probably fine too. I just won't be able to call on them, so you'll have to help me.
It's just me that's non-video.
Oh, perfect. All right, so we have John. Perfect. I was going to say we were a little bit imbalanced with our teams, but John coming in clutch. I know that who was out there? I think Sam was out there for a while, but he has not made it back. Sam was out there. I think that might be it. We're running low on the peeps, but here we go. We're gonna do. Oh, John left. Where'd John go? He's there.
He's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
His video's connecting.
Cool. All right. So it is guys versus girls. John and Harrison against Missy, Tessa, Julie, and Barb. Any questions about how Family Feud works?
Wait, why aren't you playing, Ken?
Because I know all the answers.
Oh.
I can play if you want me to play. Should I play? I think I'm going to play. You guys are going down. All right. So there is a raise your hand feature in Zoom. Can everyone raise your hand really quick? Because we're going to need that for our face-offs. Perfect. If you click on participants and then there should be an option to raise your hand. Anyone on their phone know the process? There we go. Julie got it. Barb, can you raise your hand for me real quick? I know you know how to do it. There we go. Perfect. So I need 2 volunteers, and the way that you buzz in what you think your answer is going to be is by raising your hand. All right, so this is how we decide if it's going to be the girls or the guys, pass or play, that whole thing. You guys are very familiar with Family Feud. Here we go. I need Barb and I need Harrison. They were the first 2 people in for their teams. Barb going up against Harrison. Can we put the first question? And it's on the board. You can buzz anytime. Name a popular breakfast item. Harrison has his hand up. Harrison, unmute yourself. Name a popular breakfast item.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. That is the number 3 answer. Great job. Well done. Barb.
Bacon.
Bacon. Great answer. Yes. Girls on top. Pass or play? Pass or play, girls?
Play.
Play. We're going to play. All right, we're going over to Tessa. Tessa, I need a popular breakfast item.
Cereal.
Cereal. Incorrect. No cereal.
Which I think is bogus.
Yeah, cereal is the best. I don't know what is wrong with everybody. All right, we're going over to Julie. Julie, I need a popular breakfast item.
Eggs.
Eggs, yes, eggs. Number 1 answer. Nice job. Missy, popular breakfast item.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Producer Andrea loves
I eat
oatmeal.
oatmeal every day.
Every single day. I love it. There is 1 answer left on the board. Girls can sweep. You only have 1 X. Barb, we're back to you.
I don't. Ooh, sausage.
Sausage. Another great answer. Incorrect. We've got 2 X's. Guys, be thinking about what we're going to go with. Tessa, popular breakfast item.
Waffles?
Waffles. Guys, I'm
Also
getting so
something-
hungry.
I used to-
So hungry.
Before my oatmeal kick, I was on a waffle kick.
Yeah, that was like every day.
Yeah, I eat the same thing every day
Incorrect.
until I get sick of it.
3 X's. Guys have a chance to steal. John, Harrison, what popular breakfast item are we going with?
Can we discuss?
What?
Can we discuss or?
Yes, you can discuss, but you got to discuss briefly, quickly.
Okay, John. I'm thinking like toast or yogurt or fruit.
If you eat yogurt for breakfast, you're not American. I'm thinking toast.
I think toast too. I think toast.
Yeah.
We're going with toast. Incorrect. Girls win round 1. Quickly moving on to round number 2. I need John.
What is it?
Oh yeah, what was the last one? Last
Orange.
one was a bagel. You were so close with the toast. So close.
Well, if you toast the bagel, then it's toast, right?
It's a toasted
I mean-
bagel.
Yeah.
Like,
If you put the bagel
fish.
together with the cheese in the middle, is it a sandwich?
Yes, it's a breakfast sandwich. Yes, that is what it is. All right. I need John and I need Tessa. Remember, you are raising your hand right once the question goes up. You can raise your hand once the question goes up. Here we go. Name something people pour milk in at breakfast. Tessa.
Cereal.
Cereal. Great answer. Cereal. Number 1 answer. Girls, pass or play.
I'm so mad I pressed the chat button, not the
Pass or play, girls.
Play, I guess.
All right, girls are going to play. Julie, you are up. Julie, name something people pour milk in at breakfast.
A cup?
A cup. A clever answer.
I am gonna accept that as a glass.
Glass was on
Yes.
there. Great call. Great call. Missy, name something people pour milk in at breakfast.
Coffee.
Coffee. Yes. Number 4 answer. 3 answers still on the board. No X's yet. Barb, we're back to you. Name something people pour milk in at breakfast.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Come on now. The
Listen.
girls are dominating.
Those overnight oats.
Tessa.
Love it.
2 answers left. Something people pour milk in at breakfast.
I don't know.
They're kind of out.
I have no clue. We'll just go with. I mean, I pour milk into my protein shakes for breakfast, so
A shake,
I
protein
don't think
shake.
that'll be on there. But I don't really know what else to put.
First X. It's all right. We've still got two. Two answers left. Two X's remaining. Julie.
I mean, what do you pour milk in?
That's a great question. That is the question we're currently working on.
Can I offer help maybe?
That is not how this round works, unfortunately.
I am stumped.
I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds.
Okay. Can I just give up?
Yeah, you can give up. That's fine. We've got 2 X's. Missy, 2 X's, 2 answers left. Name something people pour milk in at breakfast.
Cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat. Very
Ew.
specific. Incorrect. Guys, we are back. We need to get one of the bottom 2 answers, toughest 2 answers. What is something people pour milk in at breakfast? You can...
Bowl.
A bowl.
A bowl.
That's there.
Incorrect. Girls win round 2. Top 5 answer was tea. Sure, we're in America though. We don't drink a whole lot of tea. And
What?
pancake mix. Pancake. No, I get the instant one. You just add water to it. It's great. It's super easy. Just add water. It's delicious. All right, we're gonna do one more round, guys. You've officially been eliminated, but it's fun. So here we go. Up here is Harrison and Julie. On the hand raise, right once the question goes up, you can raise your hand.
I think Julie's facial expressions are my favorite because she looks concerned the whole time.
Concerned.
She just looks concerned.
Yes, I have no comment. I have nothing to say about that. That's great. All right, here we go. Ready to raise your hand once the question's read. Besides blueberry, name a kind of muffin people eat at
Did
breakfast.
both of them? I don't.
What's the order?
I have Tessa first.
Oh,
And then Julie.
Julie. It's Julie first. Julie's up. Here we go, Julie. Besides blueberry, what do you got?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Great answer. Yes. Number 3, surprising. Harrison, need this to clutch it up for the guys. Haven't really even played yet.
I'm gonna go with poppy seed muffin.
Poppy seed. Incorrect. Nothing. Girls, pass or play.
My favorite kind of muffin.
Who eats a poppy seed
Me!
muffin?
They're my favorite kind.
This goes on a hot dog.
All right, we're playing. Missy, you are up. Besides blueberry, what do you got?
Banana.
Banana. What? Just plain banana?
Banana and muffins are so
Banana
good.
muffin, like banana bread.
Yeah, so
But
good.
it's a banana nut muffin, isn't it?
It can be.
Well, not anymore with all the nut allergies. I'm
Oh,
just
that's
saying.
fair. That's a good point. All right, Barb. 3 answers left on the board. Besides blueberry, name a muffin.
Apple.
Apple. Interesting. I've never had an apple
I
muffin.
love apple
You've never had-
muffins. They're so good.
So good.
Tessa.
I have no clue, so I'll just say pumpkin.
A pumpkin, especially in the fall. Come on now. Incorrect. 2 X's. Guys might get a chance to score some points here. Julie, you are up. Besides blueberry, what do you got?
Strawberry?
Strawberry. Incorrect. Coming to the guys. Please score some points, guys. Come on now. Let's go. 3 answers. 3 answers on the board. Harrison, John, what do you guys got?
Okay, we're either going with lemon, cinnamon, or whole wheat.
I don't think whole wheat's a good one. I think lemon is pretty popular, and then cinnamon's pretty popular.
I eat cinnamon muffins all the time.
We'll go with cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Incorrect.
Listen.
Girls win 3 in a
As
row.
an avid breakfast lover, I think these answers are BS on this.
Yeah.
Listen, watch. Who eats a bran muffin?
That's no.
That's so gross.
Oatmeal.
An oatmeal muffin?
Why? And then this
Number 5.
corn muffins aren't for breakfast. That's
Yeah,
for lunch or
that's-
dinner.
So
Was this Family Feud made by?
Oh no.
this is Family Feud made by youth pastors. So
Oh,
you get what you get. I'm sorry, guys.
Ridiculous.
All right, guys. We are signing off for tonight. But remember to make your cards or let me know when you're going to drop stuff off. Get it to me. We'll put an awesome care package together for Joey and his family. I'll see you guys next week. And I can't wait, guys, until we can get back together again. I'm hoping it's really, really soon. I was really encouraged by the Shanoa, Ella, Kelly, Olivia group up. I think that's an awesome idea. Maybe the red team has a little group up, or the orange team does a little group up. Make sure you keep it under 10 people. But let's see if we can have like some group ups next week. That sounds like a fun idea. All right, we are out of here. I will